y'all, Michelle G here. I am going to do just a quick and dirty tutorial on how I put together a page for my art journal, my cross-stitch journal. It's not, I'm no expert, okay? So let's bear that in mind. So a couple things that I always have to do this is I always have my cutting board, this here. It's just I got it at Joann's, it's nothing fancy. I always have a straight edge ruler, like I don't even know what this is called, but you know what I mean, for quilting. Also got this at Goodwill. Look at that, 99 cents. Can't beat it. And then I have my rotary cutter. Be super careful that your rotary cutter always has the guard up because that stuff is sharp. I have tacky glue, Eileen's tacky glue, and usually I'll store it upright, but when I'm about to craft, I will store it upside down. So just so it can like be ready, right? Primed. So I am going to, whoops, there goes my tacky glue. Today I'm going to finish my Say Her Name. This is by Abby Topknot. Say Her Name, Brianna Taylor. And it's just not showing up well in the camera to me, but I can really read it in the daylight. So my idea, and what I did to prep this fabric, this is on 36 count Lakeside linen, and I stitched it with one strand of, what the heck is this called? Mo's Sail Floss. I forgot the colorway. I gave the rest of it to Rosie, but I stitched it with one strand. I probably could have stitched it with two and it would have popped out better. So the only thing I did to prep is I ironed this and I put some fusible backing on. This is like the best ironing job I've ever done too. So my idea for this piece is to put the stitch in the middle, and then I'm going to take this card. It's from my friend Amy, and I'm just going to use the front of it, but I'm going to do like a rip and a rip, and use this as the top and the bottom to kind of frame the piece. And then I'll leave just a little space kind of at the bottom because you can see I like to write a little journal entry with my pieces. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works out. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the back of this piece off so that I could have Amy's words. And then I don't really like straight edges unless they're going to be up against the edge of a page. So like this top, I'll probably leave just straight because I'm going to match it up to the top. But this edge and this edge, I'm going to rip, and then I'll rip it along here. I like to rip my edges because I just think it gives it that nice like unfinished, uneven, like junk journal look. And one secret is that I like to rip it so that the matty white part sticks out from the bottom. So if I rip this side with the top facing up, it'll be a nice even ripped edge. I'll show you guys. Oh, just kidding. So I like to rip it so that you can see the white. Okay. And that wasn't like precision ripping or anything, but it's good enough. So now I'm going to rip kind of following, oh, maybe not. It's harder to rip this direction. Now I'm going to try to rip. Why does this have a coating on it? That's not cool. I've been planning this the whole time, and apparently there's a coating on this. So I'm going to cut. I'm just going to fussy cut along the flowers. This is probably better because I probably couldn't have, and that's how quickly your ideas have to change. It is what it is. And so another nice thing about this is having this top and bottom as the border to this piece, I won't have to glue the piece into my journal. And I'll show you what I mean by that. A couple of these pieces I've glued into the journal, and a couple of them I've used this kind of technique. So like this piece, you can see it's glued in there, right? But then these pieces up here are interfaced on the back and then just stuck underneath like that so they can come out. The same with this one. Interfaced and then stuck in there. And I mostly did that because I just wasn't sure like if I was going to want to put these on something else. You know, I'm super happy with them the way they are in here, so I probably wouldn't change it. But that leaves me the option to play and mess, you know. But like this one's glued on, that one's glued down. Okay. And over on my YouTube channel, there will be a like journal walkthrough. So if you guys want to see all the pages in all of their glory. But right now, this is just going to be a how-to. And it's only for y'all. So not being too particular, just trying to make the outline interesting, you know? What I should do and what I shouldn't do is start watching journaling videos on YouTube, because I'm pretty sure I would get super sucked in super fast. So, okay, so that's the top and the bottom. And then it's just, my plan is to just kind of have it, frame it like that, right? And then that should leave me enough space. So we'll see. The colors don't really match. The colors are not working fantastically well, but I think I'm committed already. Let's see what else I have. I just don't think I have anything in that purple. So I just save like pieces of ephemera. Ooh, this might be better. Yep. And that's how quickly I change plans. I'm going to save these because I'm a hoarder. But I just save cards, pieces of ephemera, cool images from Nat Geo. That's a great note, just from Christmas cards, right? I just save it all because you never know when you might need it, like now. So this I can rip. So let's see. That's plenty small enough, but I'm still going to rip off the sides. Because even with the sides ripped off, I should have enough space. And I try not to ever be married to something, because things like that happen all the time. So I guess for this, I'll just go straight down the middle, right? Because why not? Just make it a little bit interesting. There. I feel better about that. I even like how it's kind of exploding out of the flower. Okay, so then what I'll do is I have my trims box next to me, and I'll go through and see, like, do I have any trims that I could finish off the edges with? That one's too much, maybe. And I just kind of lay them all out, see what there is to see. Kind of like that. Nope, too warm. Here's a purple. I think that purple might be kind of the best. And every time I use my box of trim, I'm like, next time I'm going to be much more organized. Next time I'm going to put them back really nicely. I never do. That's such a lie. I lie to myself. Apparently I very much like warm trims. Ooh, that's nice. I'm going to use that. That's some silk sari ribbon that Diana, It Is Kismet, sent me. So then what I will do is I will measure this. So I want those to be about here, right? And none of it's rocket science. So that's 6 inches. Excellent. And then I'm going to make this just slightly smaller than the card, but bigger than the design. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.5 inches. So let me move my journal so I can cut. So I want this 3.5 inches. 1, 2, 3.5. And what I do is I find the widest point. And I try to line it up. It's hard because I ironed this really crooked and it doesn't even look straight to me anymore. So 1, 2, 3.5. So I'm going to have about about 1/4 of an inch on each side, maybe a scotch more than 1/4 of an inch. And I know my quilting friends out there right now are like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? It's okay. It's okay. It's an art journal. Don't worry about it. We're all fine here. Which is another reason why I like to use the, I think I need to sharpen this. It's another reason why I like to use the, trim on the edges, because the trim will make up for a multitude of sins. Do you know what I mean? The trim will just make everything better. It hides all the mistakes. And this is why I'm not a quilter, because I'm all about hiding mistakes, and I think as a quilter you can't really do that. I think quilts are very straight line. Maybe you can with certain quilts. I don't know. And then I wanted it 6 inches. Is that right? That's what I said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I try to put... So now that I have these cut, I'll try to put this along a straight line. It's not straight at all, you guys. There's nothing straight about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this whole thing, huh? So then I will just put it in the middle and go zhoop, zhoop. I always try to leave a little more on the bottom than on the top. I've heard that that's more pleasing to the eye. If my technique is bad for any of this, don't tell me. I don't really care. Okay, so then here we go. So I'm going to line this one up with the top of the page. And I'm just going to put the thinnest strip of glue so that I can have that like that. And then I will line that up like that. Yeah? Yeah. So where's my top? Here's my top. So I'm just putting a thin strip of glue at the top of this. Can you guys see that? And then I will push this, smush this up to the top of the page. And I don't want to put it right in the middle of the page. What I do is I either put it all the way to one side or all the way to the other side. It's a lot easier to turn the pages if you put it all the way towards the outside of the page. So that's what I will do. And I think I'm just going to take off just a tiny bit more on each side of this. Just a tiny bit. Because I can adjust where I put this in relation to, like, I can leave myself more room or less room depending on how far I tuck this piece in, but I can only have it be so small. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm filming in the afternoon, so I don't really know what kind of sense I'm making. Hopefully nobody's cringing at my cutting. If you are, I'm sorry, look away. I know I probably shouldn't reach across my arm like that, but it is what it is. Okay, so let me move this back. So then I will just tuck this. Oh yeah, I'm much happier with that kind of border. So it doesn't have to get jammed all the way up to the top. I'm gonna try to leave it out like that much. And then I will put, yep, much happier with that. So I'll put my tacky glue again along the bottom. And I think I might actually, after these are glued down, like after I get everything kind of laid out where I want it, I might actually glue the edges down so it makes like a pocket, but we shall see. So that's there. And then I'm just going to take this Silk Sari ribbon. And I'm also just going to glue this down because why not? This is not archival, right? So when I send something to Jolynn for finishing, it's archival. She finishes it. She doesn't use glue. She uses nice stuff. When I finish something myself in my journal, this is not meant to last for generations and generations, 800 years. Like, this is meant to last for a season, while I have it, while I want it, and then be gone. So for this one, I glue my ribbon right onto the edge of my piece. So I just take a thin line of tacky glue, and then I will take my ribbon, and this ribbon is kind of cool in that it like folds itself. So if I put the ribbon down where I want it, then I can let it either fold behind or stay on the front. Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I just don't want to cut it too short. I don't mind cutting it like a little bit too long, but I don't want to cut it too short. This is going to be nice, and I want it to be kind of deconstructed, but pretty at the same time, you know? And I really like using this ribbon because the ribbon was sent to me by Diana, and then the pattern was designed by Abby, and the fabric was sent to me by my friend Amy, and the floss was sent to me by another friend. So it's just all like, I think that's what I really, really like about this journal, is it's all like friends have just sent me stuff. And now I'm using it and getting to put all of it together rather than just having it in a hoard around my room, which is what it was before. It's now in a hoard in a book. Cool. So that one just wrapped right around. See? It wrapped itself right onto the back. I'm here for it. Just let it do what it wants. And then I will go ahead and trim. Not that it matters. 1 iota. And everything else is funky, so why the ribbon shouldn't overhang the stitch piece, I cannot tell you, but I just don't want it to. Sorry, that was probably loud. So then I will tuck this, and I will tuck that. And there it is. I can take it out if I want to. I don't have to. But I also sometimes will finish things like this just so that I can make sure that I really, really like the way that I did it. And then I'll journal something in here. So along this side, I'll write started and finished. So pattern. And I always use the same pen. I'm kind of weird like that. I don't have the most beautiful handwriting. Pattern is Say Her Name. By Abigail. Top knot. Fabric is Lakeside Linens. .36 count vintage wood smoke. And then I'll look up when I started it and when I finished it. Okay. And then down here at the bottom, I will put a little bit of my thoughts. Which is cool. And then, man, that was only like 20 minutes. So then sometimes what I will do is I will look through, I don't have a whole lot of ephemera right now, but I'll look through like these things and see if there's anything that needs to go with it. I don't think I need to zhuzh this up at all. So I don't think I'm gonna put any of these on there. Ooh, That's an interesting statement. Iced. I might put that one with it. I'll think about it. And then the other one I have is from viewer Sarah. And Sarah wrote me a really nice note. So when someone writes me a big note like that, what I like to do is I will put, oh my gosh, it almost doesn't fit. I will put this whole thing on the page, right? And then that way I know who did it, and I'll put my ice cream sandwich. I'll just do this one too. Why not? I'll put my ice cream sandwich on it as well. So I think actually this is from Dames of the Needle, who went a little bit off the deep end. So I might just go ahead and use this trim. Oh, I'm not going to have to use all of it. I'm just going to trim the outside of this with this. So this needs to be small. See how small the spaces I have there? So it needs to be like 2 inches. If I can make this 2 by 3, can I do that? Oh, I totally can. This is going to be the cutest little thing. Okay, so I am going to make this 2 by 3. So I need about 1/2 inch. No, I need a little less than 1/2 inch on each side. I need this line to be on 1/2 inch. Like that. Do you know what I mean? So I need it on this line. Yep. That's where I need it. And I know you're supposed to count twice, stitch once, but really the beautiful thing about the cross stitch journal is you kind of can't go wrong. I mean, you can. Okay, I take that back. You can totally go wrong. You can definitely go wrong. You can go wrong many ways and many times. But the nice thing is you can recover. It's not like I'm making a pillow, right? Or an ornament. And if I cut it too small, which I have done, it's ruined. The journal is so forgiving and so kind. It's like my favorite thing. And then here, 1/2 inch? We'll go 1/2 inch on either side. That seems like a lot. We'll go a little less than 1/2 inch. I hope you guys got popcorn out, because I feel like this is hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious, but I feel like either you're cringing or you're like, yes, this is making everything so accessible. Probably a little bit of both. Cringingly accessible? That could be a thing. Cringingly accessible. That happens every time. I put my guard on. I don't make my full cut. There we go. Okay. So how cute is that? Boom. An ice cream sandwich feeds the soul. So again, I'm going to leave a little bit of space to just write from my friend, Sarah. But I will fully just glue this down. I keep forgetting. And there's no real theme to my book or to my pages. Like, I did leave a page open next to my Peruvian birds right before this one. And the reason I did that is so I can put my friend Anna, she sent me a Peruvian coin. Which, what did I do with it? I will glue that in here in a minute. She sent me a Peruvian coin to put in the book. And I popped off the Costa Rican coin so I could put my Peruvian coin in that I appear to have misplaced. What the heck did I do with that thing? It's around here somewhere. Don't worry, Anna, it's around here somewhere. So with this one, I will just flat out, I'm just gonna straight glue this down. So tacky glue on the back. And when Sarah sent it to me, she intentionally did not like fully finish it or do anything because she said she had a feeling that it would be perfect for my journal, and she was totally right. And I never try to center anything because as soon as I try to center something, it's slightly off center and then it bothers the heck out of me. So I don't even try. And if I know that it's not going to be centered, I'm happier with it somehow. So then if I'm going to put a trim around something, I just put a generous bit of tacky glue around the edge. I hope there's no real finishers watching this. Put a generous amount of tacky glue around the edge, and then I will just take my trim. And one thing I do with trim is I like to start in the corner because I feel like it's less noticeable where you match it up if it's in the corner. And I'll just go around. I don't try to make my corners super sharp because I don't know if I can. I guess maybe I could make my corners sharp. Like what if I did this? Sharper than the bottom one. That was a good idea. There we go. And then when you get it back, you just snip, snip. Redo this. I always like to, I'd rather have a little bit of overlap at the bottom there than a gap, right? Because if there's a gap, there's no fixing that. There you go. Boom. And then I'll write a little here, and then you can open this and read what Sarah wrote to me, why the ice cream sandwich feeds the soul. And Bob's your uncle, 27 minutes with gabbing, 2 journal pages. That's it. That's all. I'm hoping you guys didn't think that it was like some crazy complicated thing that I do. And then, you know, if I come across more things, I will, if I come across more like accoutrement, I will put them in there. Like if I have a sticker with an ice cream sandwich, I'll put it on there to just, you know, zhuzh it up, keep it on theme, whatever. Incidentally, I keep my trims on these. They're from Notions Land. My friend Michelle sent me a bunch of them, and I keep all of my trims on them. It's just a really nice way to see what trims you have. And then I just take a stick pin and I stick it through the top and up the back. Works fine. So I keep all of them on these. Big fat trims, little ribbon trims, sorry ribbon, all of it. And then they stack up really nicely. So it's good for display purposes too. Okay, that's it, y'all. That's all I got today. I appreciate you hanging out. So this will be up on the Patreon and the members website. If you guys want to see the full flip through, that's going to be up on my YouTube for everybody. So that'll just be uploaded later today. But you guys, and only you guys, I think I am going to put this on there. Iced. Because that seems kind of rough, but it's a statement. I was kind of ruminating on that while I was gluing the other page together. But just tacky glue all over the back. Paste. Okay, so head over to my YouTube for the flip through. And that's all I've got. So I'll see you guys when I see you guys. But thank you for watching, and hopefully this gives you a little inspiration and or shows you like how totally flippin' easy this is. Literally, you can do it. Okay? You can do it. All right, bye guys, bye.